Hey everyone, welcome back to Switch Top. Today we're checking out the most exciting upcoming Nintendo Switch games that should be on your radar. These are the titles I can't wait to get my hands on, and I bet you'll be just as pumped after seeing what's coming. Let's jump right into our countdown. Story of Seasons. Grand Bazaar makes its return with a charming Nintendo Switch edition that invites players back to Zephyr Town, a peaceful village once bustling thanks to its famous bazaar. As the newest farmer in town, it's up to you to restore the grand marketplace to its former glory. Raise crops, care for animals, and craft goods, then take them to your customizable stall at the weekly bazaar, where selling isn't just business. It's a game of charm and strategy. You'll interact with a colorful cast of villagers, form friendships, and even pursue romance. New additions like windmills to process goods, and a handy glider to zip around town give the game a fresh feel while staying true to its roots. With vibrant visuals, addictive farming, and a wholesome rhythm, this updated version captures the cozy spirit of the original and layers it with smart improvements that make every day in Zephyr Town feel rewarding. Whether you're planting turnips or working the market crowd, there's always something to look forward to.
Plus, taking advantage of Zephyr Town's windy conditions can make travel and other tasks a breeze.
Here we go!
The winds of change are coming, and your new
Ninja Gaiden. Ragebound is a thrilling return to the franchise's 2D roots, delivering fast-paced, stylish action with a modern flair. Developed by the Game Kitchen and published by Dotemu, this pixel art side-scroller introduces two new protagonists, Kenji Mozu, a young ninja from the Hayabusa clan, and Komori, a fierce kunoichi of the Black Spider clan. With Ryu Hayabusa missing, the unlikely duo must put aside their rivalry and face an onslaught of demonic forces threatening to consume their world. The game introduces the unique ninja fusion mechanic, allowing players to seamlessly swap between the two characters and unleash powerful combo attacks. The precision-based combat, challenging platforming, and gorgeously animated environments harken back to the original NES trilogy, while offering a fresh take for modern audiences. Ragebound doesn't just pay homage to its roots, it sharpens them, delivering a brutal and beautiful ninja experience fans won't want to miss. Hades 2 continues the amazing roguelike action from the first game, but this time you play as Melinoa, the immortal princess of the underworld and sister of Zagreus. The story follows Melinoa as she trains with the witch goddess Hecate to become a witch and take on the titan Kronos, who's imprisoned the god of time. Just like the first game, every run will be different as you fight through various locations using different weapons and magical abilities. The big new addition is witchcraft. You can now collect ingredients during runs to brew special potions at a cauldron between attempts. The gods from the first game return with new blessings to help you, along with new Olympians like Apollo and gods from other mythologies. What makes Hades special is how dying is part of the story. Each time you return to base, you'll have new conversations with characters that move the plot forward and build relationships, making failure feel like progress.
For me.
Fantasy Life I, the Girl Who Steals Time takes the job-switching RPG series in an exciting new direction with time travel and island building. You'll wash up on a mysterious island where you meet a girl with time powers who helps you travel between the present and past. In the present day, the island is tiny and empty, but by going to the past, you can change history to make your island bigger and better in the future. The game lets you freely switch between 14 different lives, jobs, whenever you want, from warriors and mages for combat to miners, anglers, and cooks for gathering and crafting. You can build up your island by constructing buildings, inviting villagers to live there, and even creating farms. With multiplayer for up to 4 players and the ability to visit friends' islands, this game looks like it'll combine the best parts of Fantasy Life, Animal Crossing, and time-traveling adventures. High Beyond Life is finally coming to Switch after being a hit on other platforms, bringing its weird alien shooting comedy to Nintendo fans. Made by the creator of Rick and Morty, you play as a bounty hunter in a world where aliens have invaded Earth to turn humans into drugs. The craziest part? Your weapons are actually talking alien guns with different personalities who constantly chat with you during gameplay. Each talking gun has unique shooting styles and special abilities. One shoots bouncy bullets, another shoots children. Alien children, don't worry. And they all have alt-fire modes that can help solve environmental puzzles. The game is packed with bizarre alien worlds to explore, wacky side quests, and tons of hidden secrets and collectibles. While the Switch version might not look quite as pretty as other platforms, the developers promise all the humor, voice acting, and gameplay features will be intact, making this one of the most unique first-person shooters you can play on the go. Professor Layton and the New World of Steam brings back the beloved puzzle-solving detective after almost a decade away. This time, Layton and his apprentice Luke reunite in a steampunk version of America to solve a new mystery. The game sticks to what made the series great, exploring beautiful environments, talking to quirky characters, and solving brain teasers to progress the story. The puzzles look more varied than ever, with mechanical contraptions, optical illusions, and logic challenges that use the Switch's touchscreen in creative ways. The new setting allows for cool steampunk gadgets that help with investigation, like a device that can see through walls or analyze clues. The art style looks gorgeous, with hand-drawn characters against 3D backgrounds that really pop on the Switch's screen. With over 150 puzzles promised and weekly free downloadable puzzles after release, this looks like the perfect game for anyone who loves using their brain while enjoying a mystery story. Capcom Fighting Collection 2 brings together 10 classic fighting games that have been hard to play legally for years, making it a dream package for fans of old school fighters. The collection includes rare gems like Rival Schools, Project Justice, Power Stone 1 and 2, Red Earth, Plasma Sword, and other Capcom fighters that never got the same attention as Street Fighter. What makes this collection awesome is all the modern features: online play with rollback netcode, which means smoother online matches, training modes, button remapping, different screen filters, and art galleries filled with concept art and music players. For Rival Schools and Project Justice, they're even adding a new mechanic that lets you create and level up your own student character. The games all run perfectly on Switch with quick loading times and the option to play vertically in tabletop mode for arcade cabinet games. Whether you're reliving these classics or experiencing them for the first time, this collection is packed with fighting game history.
Are you okay? Next location is Osaka.
Tales of Seikyu looks like a completely fresh take on the long-running JRPG series, setting the adventure in a fantasy world based on ancient China instead of the usual European-inspired settings. You play as Lin, a young woman who can control the elements after bonding with magical spirits, as she travels across the land to stop a disaster. The combat system changes things up from previous Tales games. It's still action-based, but now focuses on martial arts moves and elemental powers that you can combine together. For example, you can infuse your kicks with fire, or use water powers to create paths across gaps. The world is more open than previous Tales games, with big areas to explore and secrets to find by using your elemental abilities. The game also has a cool cooking system where you gather ingredients and learn recipes from towns across the land, with each meal giving different stat boosts. With vibrant cel-shaded graphics, fully voiced cutscenes, and a cast of companions with their own elemental specialties, this looks like a perfect JRPG for the Switch. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 brings 2 more classic skateboarding games back with the same amazing remake treatment that 1+2 got a few years ago. These games have all the legendary level skateboarding fans remember: the cruise ship, the airport, Alcatraz, and the carnival, but with completely rebuilt graphics that look incredible even on the Switch. All the original skaters return, plus new additions from the modern skating world. The gameplay keeps everything that made these games special, stringing together flip tricks, grinds, manuals, and reverts to create massive combos while hunting for secret areas and collectibles. What's even better is all the new features, an expanded Create-a-Park mode where you can share your creations online, split-screen multiplayer for up to 4 players, online competitions, and hundreds of challenges to complete. The developers say the Switch version runs at a solid 60 frames per second in docked mode, which is super important for a game all about precise timing and landing those perfect tricks. Rune Factory: Guardians of Azuma takes the farming combat RPG series to new heights as the first game built specifically for the Switch. You play as either a male or female guardian who's tasked with protecting the sacred land of Azuma while farming, making friends, and maybe finding love along the way. The game introduces a major new feature: guardian spirits that follow you around and help with both farming and fighting. These spirits can water crops, harvest produce, and even fight alongside you in battle, with different spirits specializing in different tasks. Combat looks more action-packed than ever, with weapons switching on the fly and new mounting features that let you ride larger monsters you've befriended. The farming system now has seasons that affect not just crops, but also which monsters appear and what materials you can gather. With 5 romance options for each character, dungeon co-op for up to 3 players online, and a town building system where you decide which shops and facilities to develop, this looks like it could be the deepest Rune Factory game yet.
This is it! Got him where it hurt! Not too good!
Little Nightmares. 3 continues the creepy puzzle platformer series with a big twist. This time you can play the whole game in co-op. You'll control 2 new characters, Low and Alone, as they try to escape a scary place called the Spiral. The game keeps the same spooky dollhouse-style camera angle, but adds new mechanics where both kids need to work together to solve puzzles and hide from the giant nightmare fuel monsters hunting them. When playing solo, you can switch between the 2 characters anytime, with the AI controlling your partner. Low has a bow that can shoot distant objects, while Alone carries a wrench for close-up interactions, meaning you'll need both their skills to survive. The environments look incredible: a forest of illusions, an abandoned school, and a twisted beach town filled with dangers. The developers promise the game will run smoothly on Switch with the same atmospheric lighting and sound design that made the series famous for giving us the creeps. Hollow Knight: Silksong is finally coming to Switch after years of waiting, and it looks worth every second of that wait. This sequel puts you in control of Hornet, the princess protector of Hallownest, who uses a needle and thread instead of the knight's nail sword from the first game. Hornet feels completely different to play. She's faster and can leap higher, but has a different healing system where she needs to build up thread by attacking enemies before she can heal. The game takes place in a new kingdom called Farloom, filled with over 150 new enemies and dozens of new bosses that all have unique attack patterns to learn. You'll unlock new powers as you go, like being able to dash through enemies or create healing zones, which open up different paths through the interconnected world. The beautiful hand-drawn art style returns with even more detail, and the haunting music sounds just as amazing as the first game, with promises of multiple endings and challenges for both new players and hardcore fans. This might be the most anticipated indie game ever. Onimusha 2. Samurai's Destiny brings back Capcom's demon-slaying samurai action with modern graphics while keeping the core gameplay we loved from the PS2 era. This remake follows Samurai Jubei Yagyu as he seeks revenge against the demon lord Nobunaga for destroying his village. The combat mixes sword fighting with special powers you get from absorbing demon souls, like shooting fire from your blade or slowing down time to dodge attacks. What's really cool is the ally system, where 4 different companions join your journey, and how you treat them changes the story and what special moves they teach you. The game uses a fixed camera like the original, but with completely rebuilt environments that look gorgeous on the Switch. The puzzles have been redesigned to be less frustrating while keeping the same creepy Japanese folklore atmosphere, with multiple difficulties, new costumes to unlock, and a special survival mode added just for this remake. This looks like the perfect way to bring this classic series to a new generation. Shinobi. Art of Vengeance revives Sega's legendary ninja series with a mix of old-school challenge and modern gameplay. You play as Master Ninja Hatsuma on a mission to stop ancient spirits from taking over modern-day Tokyo. The game is a side-scrolling action platformer where timing your attacks is super important. You can chain together kills with the Tate system, where each enemy you defeat powers up your special sword for the next strike. Missing a beat in your chain resets your power, so you need to plan your route through levels carefully. You'll have classic ninja tools like shurikens, bombs, and grappling hooks, along with magical ninja abilities like creating shadow clones or briefly turning invisible. The difficulty looks old school tough but fair, with checkpoints and a modern hint system to help newer players. The art style blends traditional Japanese ink paintings with neon lit modern environments as the past and present collide. Harvest Moon, Skytree Village on the Nintendo Switch is a charming farming simulation that brings the beloved series to new heights. Set in a village where the sky is divided into different levels, players are tasked with restoring the Skytree, a mystical tree that keeps the balance of the land. As the protagonist, you inherit a rundown farm and work to revive it by planting crops, raising animals, and forging relationships with the quirky villagers. The game features a dynamic weather system, a variety of crops, and new activities like cooking, fishing, and mining. What sets it apart is the integration of the Skytree's magical elements, which influence the village's growth. With vibrant graphics, an engaging storyline, and a peaceful yet rewarding gameplay loop, Harvest Moon Skytree Village offers both longtime fans and newcomers a fun, relaxing experience on the Nintendo Switch. Whether it's tending your farm or solving the mystery of the Skytree, there's always something to do. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is finally real after years of development, continuing Samus Aran's first-person adventure series. The story picks up after Metroid Prime 3, with Samus tracking a mysterious signal that leads her to a planet where Phazon, the radioactive substance from previous games, has mysteriously returned. The gameplay keeps the exploration and backtracking the series is known for, where you find new abilities that let you access areas you couldn't reach before. New to the series is a crafting system where you can collect resources to upgrade your suit beyond the standard upgrades, letting you customize Samus to fit your playstyle. The scan visor returns with a new timeline feature that lets you see how scanned areas have changed over time, revealing new paths and secrets. Combat looks faster paced than previous games, with a new melee counter system and more vertical movement options. The developers promise the game will run at a stable frame rate on Switch with dynamic resolution to keep things smooth while looking almost as good as it will on the next Nintendo console, where an enhanced version will also release. Harvest Moon, The Lost Valley on Nintendo Switch offers a unique twist on the classic farming simulation genre. Originally released for the Nintendo 3DS, this game lets players take full control of their environment, allowing them to shape the land by flattening ground, digging ponds, and even raising mountains. This terrain editing feature adds a level of creativity and customization not seen in previous Harvest Moon titles. The game also introduces an improved tool system where context-sensitive controls allow for easy actions like watering crops or chopping wood without constantly switching tools. Managing animals is a key part of the gameplay, with players able to breed livestock, teach them new skills, and keep them healthy. Social interactions are integral too, as players can form relationships, take on quests, and eventually marry. With its innovative mechanics and familiar farming elements, the Lost Valley brings fresh excitement to the series on the Switch. Trident's Tale is a brand new underwater adventure that looks like a mix between Zelda and Subnautica. You play as Marina, the youngest daughter of a sea king who must save her kingdom from a mysterious darkness polluting the oceans. The game features a huge underwater world where you can freely swim in any direction, exploring coral reefs, deep sea trenches, and ancient ruins. Your main weapon is the Trident of the Tides, which starts with basic attacks but gains new powers as you defeat major bosses, like creating whirlpools, controlling sea creatures, or freezing water into platforms. What's really cool is the ecosystem. The ocean is filled with fish and creatures that interact with each other in a food chain, and your actions can help or harm different areas. There's a hub city where you can trade treasures you find for upgrades, take on side quests from merfolk, and learn more about the history of your kingdom. With a beautiful cel-shaded art style that makes underwater exploration feel magical, and a soundtrack that changes based on the ocean depth, this looks like it could be a sleeper hit for the Switch. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake brings the first two games in this legendary JRPG series back to life using the gorgeous HD 2D style from Octopath Traveler and Triangle Strategy. These classic games from the 1980s keep their original stories. In DQ1, you're a descendant of a legendary hero on a quest to defeat the Dragon Lord, while DQ2 follows three royal cousins trying to stop an evil priest. While the stories stay faithful to the originals, the gameplay has been completely modernized with quality of life features like autosaves, visible enemies instead of random encounters, and a speed up option for battles. The world maps are now fully explorable in beautiful 3D environments with 2D pixel art characters, bringing these 8-bit classics into the modern era while keeping their charm. The soundtrack has been fully orchestrated, and there's even a new museum mode where you can view original artwork and learn about the history of these groundbreaking games. For longtime fans and newcomers alike, this looks like the perfect way to experience where the entire JRPG genre began, with about 15 to 20 hours of gameplay between both titles. Pokémon Legends ZA takes the open-world exploration of Arceus and brings it to Lumio City from Pokémon X and Y, which is going through a massive renovation project. Set in a time period between the modern games and the ancient setting of Arceus, you play as a Pokémon trainer who helps plan and build the city while investigating mysterious energy readings coming from beneath it. The game features the biggest, most detailed city ever in a Pokémon game, with different districts you help design and develop through your choices. The battle system combines the real-time catching and turn-based battles from Legends Arceus, but adds a new Z-move system where your bond with Pokemon unlocks powerful special moves. A huge new feature is the Underground Network, a vast tunnel system beneath the city with different biomes where wild Pokemon live, including some thought to be extinct. The Mega Evolution system returns and plays a big part in the story, with hints that it connects to the ancient Terra-style phenomenon from Scarlet and Violet, with promises of bringing back all starter Pokemon from previous generations and a new approach to gym battles that involves city development. This looks like the Pokemon game fans have been dreaming about. And there we have it, the top 20 upcoming Nintendo Switch games that I absolutely can't wait to play. From spooky adventures to underwater worlds and the return of some legendary franchises, the Switch lineup is looking better than ever. Which game are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to Switch Top for more Nintendo Switch content. I've got reviews, gameplay, and more top 10s coming your way soon.